First trade of November for me. Today is November 14th. Let's get into it. Here's the proof I haven't taken a trade. This first trade of the week, first trade of the month, first trade in little over 3 weeks. So, yeah, I mean, it's been since the 22nd of October. So, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then 3 weeks and 2 days. It's pretty crazy. Just haven't seen my setup, and if it did appear, it wasn't like everything I wanted to see. It was just kind of not the best looking setup. I got all my credentials, all my confluences sometimes, but it just the conditions weren't really something I wanted to be a part of, and they saved me. So I've been playing defense for the most part, but also just the market really hasn't been giving me any opportunity to participate. So I've just been on the sidelines, and today we finally got a good setup for me. So let's get into it. We have no news this week. Government finally opened back up officially on Wednesday night. So yesterday almost gave us an opportunity. So if I had to guess, part of it of me not really finding an entry, finding any trades for my setup, part of it is probably the shutdown. Just doesn't the conditions we've had weren't the best for my strategy, but yeah, maybe now things turn around. We can look at next week. Nothing crazy, but yeah, this whole week we've just been dumping. So no particular reason. Maybe because we're not getting the CPI news datas and other economic news datas, so everything's selling off. But you can see that this whole week, actually, the S&P has been going up, but the Nasdaq has been just dumping all week. Let's just get into the trading day today. So market open. Well, prior to market open, we took out and swept this low. Pretty strong drawn liquidity. Pretty what is the word? Significant low that we took out on the Nasdaq. We had to do so on the S&P. So we had SMT for the time being at that point. And yeah, I mean, market open, kind of dumped a little bit, and then after that it was just a rally. And yeah, so liquidity sweep, failed to do so on ES. I was looking for some sort of retracement to equilibrium. We never got the equilibrium retracement, even though I took this trade on the S&P, but I was considering taking a trade on the Nasdaq, because even though the S&P was the leading index, which I like to take the trades on, we were just closer to our draws, even though it was the lagging, because of this 5-minute candle. This 5-minute candle came all the way up here, and with this 5-minute candle on the S&P, we're just right here. We didn't even break structure. So there's that. So we make a lower time frame SMT. You can say 5-minute, you can say 15-minute. You could probably say 30-minute too. And yeah, so SMT right there. And after that, I was just looking for a retracement. We got our 5-minute confirmation with the breaking structure and SMT. So after that, I'm just looking for potential fair value gaps to be made. Right here, we got a fair value gap. We have a couple fair value gaps on the Nasdaq. My draws, I really didn't feel confident on this hourly drawn liquidity to be hit, because I mean, during this time point in price, I mean, we're retracing into this big imbalances. hourly imbalances. So we have one right here, a little one right here, as well as the Nasdaq. But this what is it? When 9 o'clock hit, we closed above. So I mean, pretty strong indication that we might want to go higher. So after that, I'm still looking for a retrace. We took out all these lower time frame draws on liquidity, like these 5-minute highs and whatnot. So I didn't know if we're just gonna reverse at this point or just keep going higher, because yeah, that was a possibility. So yeah, at this point in time, I was just looking. I was still willing to take something because this was a pretty strong draw on liquidity for us, hourly high on the S&P and the Nasdaq, and we got a better entry and a better RR on the S&P, and everything just like looked better on the S&P in my opinion. We actually retraced into this fair value gap. We failed to do so on the Nasdaq, and we actually broke 5-minute structure, so I didn't really like to see that. And we failed to do so on the S&P. We did have a CISD, I guess you can say, but came down, retraced into this 5-minute gap, and then I was like, bet. Now I'm just looking for entry. I like this reaction, pretty strong reaction, retracing, and then just a bullish reaction right here. We got saved today, can't lie. Very thankful we didn't get stopped out. And also, this might have to this might have to be the method. Using this emoji, bro. This like saved me. I literally put this when we were about to get stopped out or almost get stopped out, and then it just reversed. Like, might have to be the method, bro. These emojis working crazy, and it happened again right here. I put it right here when it was coming down, and I moved it over here. Hey, if it works, it works type shit. But yeah, almost got stopped out. Entry was obviously I was waiting for both of these consecutive bearish fair value gaps to get invalidated. It does so. Unfortunately, we could have got a better entry if it was like up here, but beggars can't be choosers. Into right there. We also break structure. Bet. I put stop losses under these 2 consecutive bullish fair value gaps, and it saved us. Like, completely filled this last fair value gap to the tick, and I put it under this. I probably could have and maybe should have put it under here just to make sure, but I was like thinking about RR and stuff like that, and we can check on the live as well in the trading view. If I can pull it up real quick. Let's pull this up. Let's pull it up. Yeah, I mean, it's the same trade and same target. Would have been a 1 to 1.19, and I was willing to do that. If it came and stopped us out and didn't take out this low, ended up going to our TP, I probably, that would be unfortunate, but I potentially might have tried to find a re-entry, because the trade idea still technically isn't invalidated. We just took a risk with the stop loss, but ended up saving us today. Appreciate that, market. Appreciate that. And yeah, we just reversed from that point. Beautiful reaction with these 2 candles right here. And my break-even point was just based on, honestly, just the 1-to-1, I think. Yeah, 1-to-1 on there. And then my take profit was based on, I was just trying to get, I think it was 1 point above this high. Put my stop or my take profit right here, because that was like the $1,500 mark. It was like $1,511, and then account for fees and stuff like that. But for the for the live account, that was my take profit right here. Same. The entry was slightly different. My entry was, I think, 2625 on here, and then right here. It might have been the same entry actually. Yeah, it might have been the same entry. Oh, I guess the RR is different because I'm targeting different take profits. But yeah, take profit for this was not just a 1-to-1. It was based on this untapped 15-minute fair value gap. So that's what the break-even point was at, because a 1-to-1 is like right here. At first, I think I did that, but then I was like, just looking at the higher time frames, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna put my stops right, my break-even point right there. Seems more logical in my opinion. So there's that. I mean, this is great to see. We've been crashing all week, just ugly markets. We can just see the prices. I mean, I'm down on my Solana position right now, and yeah, we broke weekly structure a couple weeks ago. Actually, we broke it a month ago. Yeah, Bitcoin is at its lowest it's been in a while. I think it's 6 months, right? Yeah, since June. Maybe this could be a liquidity sweep, and then we go back to all-time highs. I don't know. But yeah, these prices are looking ugly, man. Hood, bro. But hopefully it's just a buy the dip moment. I mean, I don't even got any more money to buy the dip, so like, I don't even know. So here's what the account's looking like. We have one more trade potentially until we can pass our second eval. The plan, well, this is going to turn into 50,000. So the plan is just to risk 1,000 again. That's what I did today. I risked like 1,000 something. 1,000 like $50. If I lost the trade, I was going to, the account would have been blown. So I couldn't even re-enter if I wanted to. So very grateful I didn't get stopped out, and price ended up going to my target. But like I said, most likely my plan is to just, if I take my next trade, I take just risk 1,000, and yeah, try to catch a 1-to-1. I don't even have to catch the 1-to-1. I can, all I need is like $900. $950 left to pass it, so a little less than a 1-to-1, but that's the plan, because if I lose my next trade, then I'll still be at my distance from maximum loss would be 1,000. So, and then I would be, if I lose my next trade, I'll be at $51,000, and then I would have to, so basically, yeah, I'll be at that. So hopefully next trade I take, I can just pass it, get it over with. You know, all I had to go for is a 1-to-1, so that's cool. So it'll basically just be like this. But we'll see. I'll probably have, if it was like today, I probably would have put my stops right here to end up going to get that 1-to-1 or whatever I needed to do. But yeah, that's really it. Just got to do my job. Just been telling myself that, be patient. I think that's really the big thing I'm trying to focus on right now. Patience and consistency. If you can master those two skills, you can go very far in life. So patience is probably the most valuable thing you can, skill set you can have. Patience in seeing the results, patience in the process, literally patience in everything. So yeah, I'm gonna stay humble and keep grinding, and staying patient. So that's it. I don't even know when the next time I'm gonna trade again because my last trade was like over 3 weeks ago. So see you when I see you. And yeah, God bless.